If you ever played a Cartoon Network mobile game in your life at any time, it is now gone. 80 mobile games wiped from existence. For me, these are some of the most nostalgic mobile games out there. Little mini games themed around my favorite cartoons as a kid. Every franchise had a game, with the biggest series like Adventure Time and Gumball having a lot, while others like Clarence only having one or two. There were also brand new IPs published by Cartoon Network, as well as crossover games with characters from every series. But here's the thing, there's very few of these I actually remember. Adventure Time Card Wars lived in my head rent-free, Steven Universe Attack the Light was an awesome mobile game RPG, but I have no recollection of the rest of these at all. So I'm wondering if they still hold up. Do they deserve to come back? That's what I'd like to find out in this Cartoon Network themed episode of covering deleted mobile games. Obviously, I'm not playing all 80 today, the video would be way longer if I did. But if you'd like to see me cover more, or if I missed one you wish I'd covered here, please let me know. Now, without further ado, let's try out these cartoony games that have been clouded by my brain fog, and see if any of them are even good enough to be played by Jake the freaking dog. Let's start with Adventure Time, playing one of my all-time favorites, Card Wars. If you didn't play this game growing up, I'm sorry, but basically your childhood wasn't as good as mine. And if you think I'm exaggerating, ask any fan of this game. Card Wars is the best. In terms of graphics, it's very clearly old nowadays, but that's just part of the charm, especially when it comes to Cartoon Network games, which, as you'll see soon, never have the greatest budget for polish and graphics. But back to Card Wars, it's a turn-based card game where you can build your own decks, upgrade and unlock new characters, and fight against iconic Adventure Time characters. The whole game is based on one of my favorite Adventure Time episodes by the same name, and they really translated the random rules from that episode into a logical game super well. You play cards on the corresponding biomes, you can floop your cards to activate their abilities, and if you win, you're the cool guy, and if you lose, well, you're the dweeb. The only part that I could see people disliking is the little spinning wheel that determines whether you successfully block or counter attacks. It really make or breaks your game, and you could probably win any match as long as you're skilled at landing in the green. Anyways, this is a legendary game. I believe it's my favorite Cartoon Network game, but I'm hoping to find something better. I guess we'll see. But I need more Card Wars in my life, please bring it back. Also, people told me there is a physical version of the game, and that's really awesome. We'll play a few Adventure Time games before moving to the next series, so let's try out Champions and Challengers next. There's a handful of games I still have on my Apple account, so I'm including all the ones I actually have on my phone throughout the video. So when I went to open it, yeah, the servers are dead. I'll never get to play this game now, and it's all your fault, Gunter.
That's bad. You know what you get now? Wank. That's right, you get the squirty squirts. Bad, bad.
I'm really sad because this is such a weird and interesting looking Adventure Time game. Look at the art style and animations. It's both fun and unique while being a bit uncanny at the same time. Apparently there were 90 characters you could have as well. In what game do you get to be Breakfast Princess, Donnie, and Bufo? The gameplay is one of those turn-based RPGs where the characters automatically attack on a timer. Honestly, the only game I can think of with the same idea is PewDiePie's Pixelings, which, to be fair, this came first, but these games are identical if you're curious. Except one has Cinnamon Bun, and the other has PewDiePie. And so, having this Adventure Time version is redundant, I'd say. Yes, the whole appeal of the series is its huge cast of characters, so it makes sense for this genre, but Pixeling still exists, and is way more polished, so don't waste your time bringing this one back. I absolutely owned and played Time Tangle, but I really remember nothing about it. I love the face Finn makes right off the bat. I can already tell I'm gonna love playing this game. The art style reminds me of the video game episode of Adventure Time, with super simplistic 3D models of Finn and Jake. It's an endless runner where you tilt your device to move left and right and jump and punch through obstacles. Right off the bat, my goal was to catch James Baxter. I can't believe it. Then we fought the Forest Wizard to save Flame Princess before fighting our first boss, a deep cut, this chainsaw goo monster from the episode Vault of Bones. The game is all about going on little quests, featuring some assortment of Adventure Time characters, and then fighting a boss at the end. Since all you can do is move left and right and jump and punch, it's all very simplistic, but there's lots of little power-ups or level gimmicks that really add to the experience. Everything is voice acted, including Lemongrab in his original voice. Don't worry though, thanks to Jake, I wiped the floor with that bozo. And I gotta say, this is a really fun endless runner. It's not hard, but just switching up the levels and missions really helps keep it entertaining. And I do love the art style a lot. So I'm saying we should bring it back, why not? My only complaint is that Finn picks up Flame Princess sometimes and he should be burning alive right now.
You can't hurt me! I'm a radical boy!
Our last Adventure Time game is definitely the simplest, Fionna Fights. It actually had more depth than I expected, but it's pretty clearly just a little flash game time waster with an Adventure Time coat of paint. Riding on top of the bat form of Marshall Lee, Fionna leaps off to swipe at various nondescript Adventure Time monsters, some of which I don't think were even in the show. Is this Burger in Adventure Time? I could be wrong, but I've never seen it. Anyways, it almost feels like a rhythm minigame. I felt like I was tapping to a beat. If you miss any enemies, you lose stamina, and if you run out completely, it ends the run. Otherwise, it's just an endless game where you shoot for new high scores. With the money you earn, you can buy power-ups, like this sword I bought that has an explosive effect. It does genuinely get more fun the longer you play, with big boss enemies that you have to hit over and over again as you take out the little guys. I thought that was a fun change of the gameplay, but obviously after a few minutes it was no longer that exciting. This game is just so simple compared to the rest, and while Fionna and Cake deserve a game, I'm not sure this is the one we want them to have. They actually animated a little mini episode to introduce our first regular show game, Ghost Toasters. It's not animated as well as the show, but it's a neat little intro. Basically, this is a 2D shooter game where ghosts will spawn in over the course of a stage, and you can use the weapons of each of your characters to defend yourself. Going through one of these green Rick and Morty portals transforms you into one of the other characters, and going through a pink portal gives you an ally. It seems really easy at first, but to get 3 stars you have to use like 25 portals per game with tons of ghosts spawning in, and your controls feel almost slippery, so I constantly bumped into random ghosts. The best part is easily the playable characters, each with their own attack. Mordecai has a charged projectile, while Rigby gets a rapid-fire gun. Pops has a jetpack, which is great for traversing the stages, and a deadly shotgun blast. Margaret has a rocket launcher for some reason. Eileen shoots in both directions. The baby ducks use themselves as grenades. Thomas has... Actually, no, I don't care what Thomas has. I don't want to play as that traitor. Thomas ripped my heart out as a kid, and so I immediately quit playing the second he joined my team. As for the game, well, I played it for quite a while to try out all these characters and locations, so I definitely enjoyed it a little bit. As I said before, the controls are almost slippery, which sucks, and to get 3 stars you're constantly swapping between characters and shooting randomly, just hoping that their weapon is good enough because there's really no time to get your bearings, or you won't get enough portals before the level ends. It's a very weird mechanic. But this game does one thing right, it nails its personality. I can't say it's all that great of a mobile game, but I think it is a good regular show mobile game. And I'm willing to bet a lot of people are nostalgic for this one. Let's bring it back. The show's back for a revival, so now's the time to do it. There's also a collection of mini games called Just a Regular Arcade. I wonder if these were smaller flash games that they put into this one mobile game, or if they were all made brand new for this one. Well, let's try out the first one, Future Blast. I genuinely burst out laughing when it started. Of course, it's just the Fionna and Cake game again. That is so funny. I swear to God, I did not know that would be showing up again. That is pure coincidence. I have to wonder which came first. The Adventure Time enemies at least made sense. The enemies in this one are dumb and pointless. Still, just as fun as before, I suppose. Next is Racky the Wishmaker, and this one's just Doodle Jump. Its animation is so weirdly smooth though. Look at Muscle Man jumping, he's got like 48 frames per second, it's insane. Basically you avoid the monsters, which is near impossible sometimes, and when you run out of health, you fall down and take out some enemies for extra points. Then we have Put the Hurt on 'em, which is just a game of lining up angles in your head like that one GIF, and it does feel pretty awesome to get back-to-back successful hits. I'm pretty sure the whole game is a reference to the pilot episode, right? That's kinda cool. This one could not be simpler, but I genuinely had fun playing it, and it's probably my favorite arcade game so far. Maybe just because I like seeing Rigby smack against the ground over and over. Escape from the Moon is just a platformer, but before I got past level 2, the game completely broke and didn't let me play anymore. I was kinda intrigued by it, but whatever, I'm not gonna sit through all these levels passively just to see what happens. Next! Winging it is so damn strange. At first I was just clicking once to jump from car to car, but if you just spam click over and over you fly forever, and that's actually intended. It looks stupid and janky, and I died trying to do it quite a bit just because the movement makes zero logical sense. I did end up making it to the end, but I stopped recording before I did because it took like 5 minutes and all the footage is just this. I did play all of Destroy the Destroyer, which was so easy I'm confused what the point of it even was. You tilt the device to aim, and Mordecai and Rigby just take turns wailing on the guy for, let's see, how long did this take me? 3 minutes! That is way too much time to be doing this. but Skips comes and picks you up. You control this guy and you're supposed to move your aim to block the destroyer's shots, but I guess I found the sweet spot and just sat and waited until I won. What a genuinely pointless game. Lastly, we have Ride 'em Rigby, where Muscle Man runs and all you control is your jumps and ducks. Since that's literally all you can do, every single level is as easy as the last, no matter how many obstacles they add or the longer the level is, because the new obstacles are only cosmetically different, and 99% of things you jump over, and then every 5 stages there's a single obstacle to duck through, and it never catches you off guard because it's the same white damn tube every single goddamn time. I also played way too much of this one before deciding not to waste my time further. Well, there's a lot of games here, none of which being particularly enjoyable. A bunch of crappy games are not equivalent to one good game. So please, don't bring this one back, none of these mini games are fun. I still think the trampoline one was my favorite though, if I had to pick one. The last regular show game I'm trying today is called Nightmare-athon. Mordecai and Rigby have to fend off endless waves of zombies, using your basic weapons and a few power-ups during each wave. It has a lot of similarities to the Fionna and Cake game. It's obviously a flash game that's as simple as can be, yet more detailed than I would have expected. There are multiple zombie types, some that move differently, are faster, or take multiple hits to kill. There are better weapons to earn the longer you play, with a javelin for Rigby to spear the zombies' heads on. Mordecai has multiple throwable items as well. Like I said, it's just more than I would have thought. And sadly, I'm not great at this game. Either my depth perception sucks, or it's just hard to line up your shots the way they want you to. You can be the judge of that, I suppose. I literally found this game on some browser game site called GameZap, so if you want to play it that bad, you can. Which means I have no reason to bring it back, and so I won't. There were a few Cartoon Network crossover games as well, so I figured I should include a few of them. Cartoon Network Match is, of course, a match 3 game, but also an RPG, in the sense that the more matches you make within the time limit, the more damage you do to the enemies. For some reason, they start you out with Steven Universe, Nom Nom from We Bare Bears, and Jake the Dang Dog. They also have Powerpuff Girls, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, Edd and Eddy, and a bunch of other classics. But to unlock them, you've got to grind in this game. I remember I played a good amount of this game when it first came out, and I probably only had like 10 characters in total. I opened a chest and got 1 token towards Grizz. 1! So that aspect is easily the worst part, but I do generally like the gameplay. Yes, it's just a match 3 game, but as far as those types of games go, this has got to be one of the better ways to go about it. The colors correspond to your team, and you get to fight random food monsters to upgrade your restaurants, and the art style animations are really great, I think. This chibi little 8-bit art style for Cartoon Network characters makes this game stand out amongst the games we played today. And it's got great music. The whole game just feels like these characters live in the same world. You can see fun background characters going to your shops like Flapjack, or the Ben 10 Aliens, or Atticus from Infinity Train. Let's bring it back, that way I can grind for my characters other than Lumpy Space Princess. I saw there was a how to draw game, and that sounded really fun to me. I really assumed it was just a step-by-step guide and I'd be drawing them on pencil and paper. But no, you trace the lines in the app, and at the end it even animates the character you made. And immediately I saw the potential this app was presenting me with. It took a little trial and error, but boom! I made Peter Griffin. Then I made Red from Angry Birds. I used freaking Beast Boy to craft the perfect Shrek. The sky is the limit with this game. Anything you can imagine, you can create. And it'll animate it for you, it's the best! The only limitation is you have to use a character as a base. So for example, my Squidward turned out horrible because I was using Gumball to try to make him. His eyebrows are made out of his arm. However, my Onion Soy Jack, genuinely a work of art right there. The process of making his scraggly beard was way more complicated than you might have imagined, which is why when he's animated, he moves around like this. I wanted to sit here and just draw every funny idea I could think of. I should honestly take commissions and make characters people want me to, but unironically, as a kid, I would have loved this app for the intended purpose. Add Adventure Time in here and I'm going to be drawing these characters all day. Bring this shit back! Or an app like it where my drawings get animated like that. It's such a fun idea. Best thing I played today, hands down. Apparently these soccer games called Toon Cup were pretty popular, so I figured I should try one out. I am shocked at how many characters there were. It just kept going. None of them are fun or interesting characters, but at least there's a lot to choose from. So I made my dream team, consisting of course, Jake the Dog, Richard Watterson, Starfire, and Four Arms as my goalie. Literally an unstoppable group. The gameplay is as simple as soccer could possibly get. You move, and you kick. If you don't have the ball, you can hit an opponent and get it from them. And that's it. As soon as you're close to the goal, you charge up your shot and the opponent will just stand and watch. And Jake apparently has a catchphrase that he says every time you score a goal.
Skedaddle!
Long story short, I won the World Cup, big shocker. My strategy was to get more points than the other team and just run in circles.
Skedaddle!
Next, I made my girl boss team that I unlocked Raven, and this time I scored a single goal in 10 seconds.
Skedaddle!
Got BMO to follow me, and then straight up harassed the poor kid as I ran back and forth across the stage. "Oh, did you just try to kick me? That's cute!" Only one opponent will chase you at a time, so just pick the slowest one and run around until the time runs out, and they cannot catch you no matter how hard they try. This game is dumb. It's an insult to soccer, and it's an insult to Cartoon Network. The character animations are so lazy and bad. Don't bring this shit back, no one's gonna play it.
Skedaddle!
Our last crossover game is a kart racing game called Formula Cartoon All-Stars. Sadly, I couldn't get the game to load past a tutorial where you play as Clarence of all characters. But from the tiny bit I played, I really like the way it controls, and the 3D art style is both terrible and charming at the same time. Look at Gumball's 3D model, this game is just the best. I especially love the 2D art of this game. What a weird, crazy art style. I guess I'd probably have more to say if I actually played the game, but just like Toon Cup, this is as simple of a kart racer as you can get. The steering is fun, but the races are all super slow. The power-ups are all very generic, and the courses are all flat paths with some turns here and there. They're visually pretty good, but it's like playing a Mario Kart DS track. It's kinda boring, that's all. There is definitely potential for a Cartoon Network kart racing game, but this ain't it. Don't bring it back, it's boring, and it doesn't even have Jeff from Clarence in it. Wait, it does have Jeff from Clarence in it? S tier. Wait a minute, I don't even do that anymore. Let's move to Steven Universe. I know he's got at least one good game out there. Sadly, I'm not too sure Soundtrack Attack is the one I had in mind. The story of this game is pretty insane. You make your own quartz and join the crystal gems like a fanfiction. Except this OC is canon now. Anyways, this is a rhythm game. And if you know anything about Steven Universe, then you know that is perfect. Your character even does a bunch of platforming and punches enemies to the rhythm. Now, when I got this game as a kid, I fully expected to be listening exclusively to songs from the show, and sadly, that's not the case. 90% of the songs were made for the game and are pretty basic, and 10% are remixes of songs from the show. From Giant Woman to Let Me Drive My Van Into Your Heart, this has a lot of different songs with mixed results. For example, one good remix might sound like this. Pretty sick, right? Now listen to this.
Hey, shake a leg!
Hey, shake a leg!
It's Mr. Gray!
It's Mr. Gray.
And he's here to spend his dough all over the town.
He's got the box.
I've got the box.
It's all deluxe.
It's all deluxe. When you're dining out with me, it's the finest steak and brie. And if I break a table, it ain't no blow. Just go for my thing.
Mr. Greg does not need a remix for one, but if you're gonna give it a remix, at least make it fit. This is genuinely almost as bad as SpongeBob Big Guy Pants Okay. Almost. So yeah, this game's a mixed bag, but man, in terms of presentation, they knocked it out of the park. Cosmetics for a customizable gem, iconic locations and monsters from the show, the hand ship as a little pointer in the menus, that's genius. It's not a great rhythm game, but it is a great Steven Universe mobile game, and I'm saying bring it back, with the stipulation that they add more of the show songs and take out the awful Mr. Greg remix. This one is truly nostalgic to me, and I'm so thankful this is a better arcade game collection than regular show. There's brand new 2D animation in each of these games, and literally just this walking back and forth animation of Peridot is better than the entirety of the regular show game. Anyways, let's check out all these minigames. Lion's Beach Racer is just a straight copy of the game Robot Unicorn Attack, if you've ever heard of that. What's with the first games of the collections copying another game 1-to-1? Anyways, Lion is cute, so I love this one. Next is Meet Mort Master, the minigame I played the most because it gives a shit ton of currency, which you need to unlock all the games. And it's pointless to play the others when you earn so much here. In one game of Sworn to the Sword, I can earn about 20 tickets. In one game of Meet Mort Master, I can earn 774. And that's not even my best round. Real arcades are like this too, to be fair, but it was such an exploit to me when I first played this, I made a video about it. Yep, not only do I remember this video from 8 years ago with only 600 views, but I remember I used to actually be a Meet Mort Master and earn nearly 3,000 tickets in a single game. This video has better editing than anything I made in the last year. Did you see that zoom in? I should subscribe, this guy's advanced. Onion's bug hunt is just circling bugs and avoiding paper airplanes. Very boring. Gauntlet Smash has Garnet beating up gem monsters wave after wave. I like this one, but it's kind of BS, I'm not gonna lie. Cluster Buster is a drill game, and once you get the power up and become invincible, you can keep going for minutes as long as you keep picking up clusters. Still only earned a measly 300 tickets though. Sworn to the Sword is a good idea, tracing these patterns to deal damage, but it's actually bullshit. I can't beat more than one Hollow Pearl before dying. Laser Light Panic is Space Invaders but bad, Sky Swimmer is that one regular show minigame but good, and Kindergarten Climber is such shitty shit that I played it 5 times and didn't earn a single ticket. I just kept dying stupidly because the game is ass! So in the end, this collection of minigames is mostly pretty unfun and pointless, with one minigame that isn't that fun but earns you boatloads of tickets, and it's all animated nice and has great music, but I can't be bothered to play any more of this. I'm ready to say goodbye to it forever. And it's also really funny that every crystal gem, even Lion, got a minigame, except for Pearl. Onion got a minigame, meanwhile Pearl is off with Bismuth somewhere looking for Cam's camshaft, if you know what I mean. Finishing up Steven Universe's games, it would be impossible to make this video without including Attack the Light. Yes, technically this is part of a trilogy, but we'll only be covering the first one today. The first game is almost like a proof of concept for the sequels, which are beautiful and really well made RPGs. As shocking as it may sound, considering I'm a big fan of Steven Universe, I've never really played these games. I'd be more open to playing them on console. I actually hate playing games like this on mobile. But I'm sure I'm in the minority on that, and I won't let it affect my rating of this game, don't worry. The game opens with a little cutscene where Steven grabs a light prism and releases monsters of the rainbow across the world. Our job is to go collect each color back into the prism by beating bosses. You swipe to move through locations, then stop at enemy encounters to fight, using the 3 crystal gems at your disposal. Steven is purely a healer and item holder. He doesn't even have a health bar, which is pretty insane. Garnet is your tank, Amethyst does spread damage, and Pearl, I'm not sure how to categorize her, but she's got some moves as well. Each move costs star power, so once you run out, you have to defend yourself against your opponents. It's pretty fun, though I felt it got repetitive extremely quickly. I played for about an hour and a half in total, playing to the 3rd world, and already I was doing the exact same thing in every encounter. I only have 3 characters and they only have a couple moves each, so it really isn't that complex. Again, in the later games you juggle new party members and fusion abilities, so this isn't a problem anymore, but that is the biggest flaw of this first game. Still, it's a really well-made RPG with an interesting story and a ton to do. The longest and most rewarding game on here other than Card Wars, I suppose. And not only this game, but the sequels are deleted too, and that is a genuine crime. Bring them back. Not asking. Let's move to the amazing world of Gumball. Here's a game I still have on my phone called Slime Blitz. The opening cutscene is kinda well made, but is way too zoomed in for some reason. And once we actually start the game, this is maybe one of the weirdest games I've ever played, and not because anything crazy happens or it feels weird to control, it just looks like a bootleg Gumball game. He's short and fat for some reason, and the whole game feels completely aimless. I'm just spamming the jump button and Gumball breaks the wall for me until he can jump, and then he just jumps up and there's no chance of falling off or anything. You just try not to get slimed, I guess. The only reason to keep playing is to get more characters like Anton the Toast Guy or Princess Anais, my favorite Gumball character. I just have no reason to want to play this anymore. There's only 4 levels, so once you've seen them all, I'm just stuck doing the same mindless shit forever. I'm done playing this. I don't remember owning it before. I don't know why it's on my Apple account, but at least now I know this was not worth keeping, and you are not missing out. So apparently all Gumball games are incredibly strange. I clicked on this one, and the art style looked a lot like that Stranger Things McDonald's commercial. It's crazy. Oh wait, that is the Stranger Things McDonald's commercial. My bad. But the game is super weird too. It takes place in the Void, a really cool lore important place in the Gumball series. Your job is to rescue characters from the show and find the exit in each level. And you hop from planet to planet like a 2D Mario Galaxy. It seemed really cool at first, and you'd think it'd be level based with some easy levels to start and eventually getting harder as you go, but no. It's all random and not even in a way that makes sense. It does seem like there's some sort of level structure, as when you lose you spawn in a similar looking area, but little sections are different, the characters you're saving change, and even the amount of characters you're meant to save change. One time I spawned right next to them and the exit, when on another attempt I spawned somewhere completely different with no one to rescue anywhere near me. I found this boombox guy when he was the only one I needed to save, and when I came back there were suddenly 3 characters to find. This game makes no sense. It's a little jank as well. It works well enough, but now and again you die for very stupid reasons. I really didn't play much of it. I liked the Void, and all they had to do was build good, consistent levels to play, but they didn't bother, and so neither will I. Last Chance Gumball. You better give me something good. And a game called Sky Streaker sounds like a great idea. Basically, all Richard wants to do is be naked, but no one lets him, so he climbs up an endless pole faster than his children and avoids accidentally putting on clothes as he does. How the idea for this game came to be, I have no idea, but it's a harmless time waster, I suppose. There's cosmetics you can get, which apparently aren't technically clothes, so once I blinged out Richard, suddenly the whole game changed. I'm collecting robes and the sun is setting. I bought headphones and unlocked an Allen power-up, allowing me to fly freely for a few seconds. I really love the idea of having new cosmetics tied to changes to the game, and there were like 30 cosmetics you could buy. I'm not going to waste my time in a game about streaking any longer, but this is literally as good of a game as it could have been, and I'm not joking. I guess we're bringing it back. I'm kinda shocked Clarence has games, but we have a couple to try, first of which being BlamBurger. I am super impressed with the quality of this game, and I'm not even being facetious. The animations, the music, everything is really nice. Look at him go! At first I just assumed you want to make the tallest burgers, and the ingredients didn't really matter much. But your real goal for getting high scores is to make recipes. Collecting specific ingredients on your burger awards you with extra points. Getting high scores unlocks new ingredients, and that's sort of the only incentive for you to play more than a single time. I got the ingredients I need to make the freaking thick thighs pussy salad, dude!
Chicken parfait? I want that one.
You want the thick thighs pussy salad?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 thick thighs pussy salad for you.
One of my favorite memes of this year, by the way. Anyways, this game does not get harder the longer you play. It moves at the same speed from start to finish, apart from when you hit a sparkling ingredient and get more points as the game speeds up for a few seconds. So what I'm saying is, getting big scores is really easy, but it takes a long time. But again, just like Sky Streaker, this is pretty much as good of a game as you can make other than having unlockable characters or cosmetics. There was effort put into BlamBurger, and for that reason, they should bring it back. Poor little Clarence.
Alright, easy boy.
Actually, poor little Jeff. He looks traumatized back there. The second Clarence game is a WarioWare clone with only 12 unique microgames. You play them in the exact same order over and over again, and they just get a little harder each time you play them. Some are kind of reference to the show, none of them are difficult, and this is just a sad little flash game when compared to some of the bigger games like Attack the Light. It's insane to even consider these two games on the same level. There's just not a lot of effort put into this one, which is fair, it's a Clarence video game, but don't be shocked when I say there is no need to bring this one back. There are a few Cartoon Network games that have nothing to do with any Cartoon Network shows, which is what I thought KelptoCats was, but it's actually another crossover game, I guess. You travel to different Cartoon Network worlds, like Steven Universe as the first one, and you get items from the show from some recognizable characters, like when you get Guacola. That's such a random item from Steven Universe for them to give you. I was gonna grind to unlock the Adventure Time area too, but changing the date and time on my phone messed it up so bad I stopped getting text messages, and I'm 100% putting the blame on KelptoCats for that. So I never got further than Steven Universe. Though, to be fair, all the levels are the same anyways. I don't really know what the point of an idle game is if you're just gonna watch a counter go down and nothing else. And technically there are mini games while you wait, I guess, but look at this one. You just water some watermelons and then occasionally earn a single coin. This is nothing. The saving grace is the chill Steven Universe song they made for this game. It's genuinely amazing. If anything, just look up the KelptoCats soundtrack at the very least. Yet again, I fail to see the point of a game like this. It's a waiting simulator. The cats are cute, references are fun, and that's all. Oh yeah, and you can get duplicate items, and that's where I draw the line, dude. Not cool. So I'm sorry, KelptoCats, but you ain't worth bringing back. As we're reaching the end of our list, I wanted to include a couple more games I've heard are really good, but I've never tried before. Teeny Titans is beloved, but I generally don't know a thing about this game or its sequel. Yet another RPG with an animated intro and everything. There's always a charm to the cheap stilted animation in these mobile games and flash games, but at least the voice actors were brought in for this. And the actual in-game animations are pretty good, so I don't really get it. Anyways, the game is about collecting minifigures of Teen Titans characters and using them to fight opponents. You run to stores in the real world and hope to find good or rare figures to add to your collection. The fights are quite a bit different though, since your attacks are on a timer essentially. Also, the first time I tried to play, all my characters were basically creepypastas, with only some of their eyes and mouths visible. Thankfully, I escaped the creepypasta before photorealistic blood started coming out. I think there's a lot to love about this game, which is surprising considering it's a Teen Titans Go game. The process of picking out, swiping away, and collecting figures is awesome. I saw a Batgirl in the store and I generally put in the effort to save up to unlock her. Granted, she got killed in the very first battle I brought her into, but it was a valiant battle. There's tournaments like in Pokemon where your figures keep the same amount of health through all the fights, truly forcing you to get good at the game. There's side quests with a bunch of the characters in the show, and Barf from Spaceballs? Genuinely, why the hell are they referencing such a random character no Teen Titans Go fan has ever heard of before? Well, anyways, lastly, I do think the fighting is pretty fun. The AI opponents are pretty brain dead at times, but still, there's a lot of strategy you can do on your end. Leveling up your figures is satisfying, and dare I say, I think this game is more fun than Attack the Light. I really like playing it and would love to keep playing, which isn't something I felt much while making this video. I love Teeny Titans, it should come back, and I have to wonder if the sequel is just as good or even better. Our last game to cover is based on a show about being in a video game, OKKO. So obviously the tie-in game is good, right? It has to be, I saved it for last. I honestly don't know a damn thing about this game, but I love OKKO, so I have to hope. Right away in the opening cutscene, it's obvious all the art is extremely outdated. Like the characters only had this art style for the pilot maybe, but there's some charm to that I suppose. And yeah, holy shit, this game is amazing. Right away you're in the plaza meeting the characters like the star of the show. Then all our friends have a taste party without us, turn evil, and we have to line up a button press here to explode the entire Lakewood Plaza turbo. That is such a funny thing to do, introduce you to all your friends before immediately making them evil. From there you start the actual game, a 2.5D beat 'em up which surprisingly works great and has a lot of depth. The early enemies and moves are extremely simple, basic Jethros die to punches any day, but eventually you learn throws and ground pounds and need them to take out higher level enemies. Additionally, you slowly find your friends and heal them, with a fun little interactable minigame to accompany each one. It's such a silly little addition that isn't needed, but shows the pure charm and love this game has. It's fully voice acted, it's got great animations, and really interesting locations to visit, and had a blast playing the entire time. The game eventually broke and wouldn't let me progress, but at that time I only had half the available moves and 8% of the game done. I don't know how big this game gets, but that's pretty awesome. I love OKKO, I love this game, bring it back, and the show please, I miss it so dearly. Well, what have we learned about Cartoon Network games? Do I have a favorite? I'd have to say, out of these games, Teeny Titans and OKKO were by far the best, and that's awesome because I saved them for last without having played them before. OKKO is genuinely well made, so that's not much of a surprise, and these Steven Universe games are all really high quality too. But the rest? Most have a single gameplay gimmick. Some are minigame packs or feel like they should have been a single game within a minigame pack. I'm looking at you, Fionna Fights. But time and time again, these games were just so lazily made, with the minimum amount of effort possible. They made a lot of games and never knew which ones people would enjoy, but big shocker, the only ones people remember are the ones that had depth. Even the more simpler ones like Ghost Toaster have enough to latch onto. Obviously, Gumball Slime Blitz isn't going to be popular. Obviously, people aren't going to play Clarence BlamBurger more than once. I think everybody would have preferred each series to get a higher quality game and not even bother with the little ones. Imagine Regular Show or Gumball having games on par with Steven Universe, dude. Imagine we had another deck builder for a series other than Adventure Time. Cartoon Network games are dead and buried, removed from all platforms, and I cannot say I'm surprised. but I can't deny I wish just a few of them could possibly come back. Thank you all for watching. Let me know which Cartoon Network games you miss. Are there any in this video or something I didn't cover? Since I only talked about 20 games, there's a ton more. There were some pleasant surprises in here I bet we'd find again. I'd love to cover some of the sequels to the good games on here, so let me know if you want to see it. Maybe I should do Nickelodeon games or something even. If you like my videos and want to support them and see them early, join my Patreon or get shoutouts by becoming a channel member like Patrick Barjan, Keep, Callum Ford, Timur Karnov, Aaron the Ghoul, Freakish Smile, Lewis, MGR Damadan, Einar Jar, Jonathan Biscoff, Kirby Fanreal 1992, Green Man Yeah, Alice Wilson, MacDax2, Lavatane Chillin, Purple Man 932, Test Monkey, Sleepy Boy 74, Ort Sethos 9250, Jeb the Legend, The Don't Hit Me, OK, Whale Hujeri, Bobcat 217, and Skibbity. Now the real question is, where's the Courage the Cowardly Dog game? Where's the Ed, Edd and Eddy game? Where the hell is the Uncle Grandpa game? Even in the crossover, those characters barely appeared. All I'm saying is, Cartoon Network might still be around if they'd been smart and released an over-the-garden wall action-adventure console game. How freaking amazing would that be, dude?